Hi, I dropped 40 pounds over 9 months and I'd like to share my experience of losing weight and show you how to do the same. The TLDR of it is all you need to do to lose weight is to consume less calories per day than you burn. Nothing else matters. Losing weight is one of the most transformative things that I've done and I encourage you to look into it if you are overweight. Start today. Disclaimer time, I'm not your doctor and this is just my own experience of what I did and what I found to be effective. If you decide to make lifestyle changes, then best to consult with professionals. I'm not exactly original with any of these ideas, I just stole them off YouTube or friends and pretend I thought of them myself. I think I need to thank Steve Jobs for that. What I found is 95% of weight loss is all about what you don't eat. So all you need to do is eat some of the food, but not all of the food. That sounds like simple advice to follow, but it's actually a tough act. It requires willpower to abstain, particularly in social situations. And actually, not doing something is harder than doing something. You can stretch for 5 minutes a day or do 10 push-ups a day and then it's done. However, not eating a Snickers bar this week requires every single moment of the day remembering not to eat Snickers. By the way, I still eat chocolate now and again. No one takes that away from me. So I've thrown together a few steps and I've tried to put them in order of significant effect. The first step is to please like and subscribe. So the first step is to download the MyFitnessPal app. This is a free app and it was essential to me to track my weight and daily calories intake. So within the app, you put in your details. So you put in your current weight, your target weight. You can go on the NHS BMI calculator and enter your details there and it will show you what weight you really ought to be. So if you're looking for how to get a target weight, then that's where I'd suggest. So the BMI website said that I ought to weigh between 60 and 80 kilos. And at that time, this was last year, I was 92 kilos. You can choose how much weight you want to lose per week. I set a target weight of 65 kilos. Don't just go for the lowest effort weight. Try and give yourself a challenge, right? I also went for 0.75 kilos lost per week, which is roughly halfway between the 1 to 2 pounds per week that the internet says is a reasonable amount to lose. The MyFitnessPal app then calculated a maximum daily calorie intake of 1800 calories per day for me. The app has a diary section where you can put in what you eat each day. There's also a database in the app where it knows the calories for each food item and then tallies it up for each day so you can know how many calories you're consuming per day. I use this app every day for the last 9 months and every day I enter in what I eat in the app and it tells me how close I am to the calorie limit. Okay, so step number 2 is weigh yourself each day. This is so that you can see the variance. For me to lose 750 grams per week, that's an average of just over 100 grams per day, but my weight fluctuated almost 2 kilograms between daily weigh-ins. Having a daily weight means that you can get a better idea of trends over time despite the variance. Step 3, have a variety of planned meals and snacks at your disposal and have easily measurable calorie count. I've got a list of items that I have on standby to eat each time. So that just means it's really easy for me to know how much of these food items cost calorie-wise. So the list I have here is Huo. It's a nutritionally complete powder drink. That's 400 calories per 2 scoops. Next I've got oatmeal. That's a superfood, by the way, it really is. I made my own mix of oatmeal, which consisted of mostly oatmeal and also ground flaxseed or linseed. That made it 400 calories per serving. I also had a list of microwavable meals and they vary between 400 and 500 calories each. And I know you shouldn't have microwavable meals, but I'm lazy, what can I say? Again, with the laziness trend, I've got oven pizza and I'd recommend Aldi Stone Baked Sourdough. They're just excellent. But bear in mind that one portion size is half a pizza and that's 400 calories each. Next I've got corn snack crisps, and you could buy like a 6-pack from the supermarket, and each packet is 130 calories. Chocolate covered cake bars, 130 calories each. It staved off the addiction that I have for regular chocolate, so that was essential to me. Next one is chocolate covered digestive biscuits, and that's 80 calories each. Cream crackers, 30 calories each. Rice crackers, also 30 each. And then I've got some fruit, banana, apple, 100 calories each, and also avocado, I've put that down as 150 calories. So that list, that's not to say that that's all I ate, but if I have a list of easily accessible, convenient items that are fairly low calorie counts, then it does help when I'm tempted or I'm hungry. Step 4, 3 square meals a day. I made sure that each meal was between 400 and 500 calories. And the reason why that's such a low number is because it gives you wiggle room in order to have snacks throughout the day. If you account for the single chocolate bar or crisps during the day, then it's actually not cheating. Okay, point 5. Notice if you start snacking at particular times during the day. For me, I started getting really hungry about 8 or 9 p.m. each day. So I'd make a point of leaving maybe 200 calories left in the daytime. So in the evening, I could have like half a bowl of oats, and that really helped me a lot. Step 6 is to catch yourself snacking, ideally before you even eat it. So many times I would see a couple of digestive biscuits in front of me or a Twix, and I didn't even realise it was there. I'm just about to eat it without even thinking about it. It's best to be cognizant of every single thing that you're eating and be ready to put it into the app. Remember, if you don't put it into the app, then the only person you're cheating is yourself. Point number 7, willpower is required. A little hunger isn't that bad, but you do need willpower to overcome it. If you're hungry to the point of distraction, then take a low-calorie snack from your list and a glass of water, and then wait 10 minutes. 9 times out of 10, that I find that's fine for me. But if I'm still hungry after that, then I'd repeat, go get another snack, especially if it's between major meals. So yeah, I think I need to make a video about willpower because that's a difficult one, and I think more people having willpower is a good thing, I'm sure. Point number 8 is don't add cheat days into your plan. If you find yourself needing a cheat day, then it's best to increase the daily calorie count. You can eat whatever you want, as long as it stays within the calorie limit per day. That leads on to point 9, which is it's all right to screw up now and again. For me, it's the little Lindt chocolate balls, and usually I'm pretty good. I'll eat just 2 a day if I can, whilst they're there. But there was a couple of times when I ended up going through half the pack in one go. So that's like 10 of them in one time. Another time I went to a Chinese all-you-can-eat buffet, and I promised myself that I'd eat salad only, but when I was actually there, I ended up eating like barbecue ribs and chips and chicken things and lots of ice cream, and it was glorious. But in times like that, what I'd suggest is don't kick yourself over it. Just try your best to add in the number of calories you think you had into the app. It's better to be truthful to yourself and resolve to do better tomorrow. You don't have to have less calories to make up the deficit the next day. Just accept the mistake and keep carrying on. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Step 10 I've got here is take less dairy. So I switched from coffee with milk to black coffee, and that's 0 calories versus whatever milk is, or a latte, which is lots of calories, and then no yogurts as well. What I noticed is the times that I did have, so I still occasionally had milky coffee, but what I found was my weight would spike for a couple of days if I had milk or yogurts, and I felt a lot more bloated when I took them. Since I've stopped taking dairy every day, I do feel lighter. Let it be said that I still do eat some dairy. I still eat cheese on pizzas, Macaroni cheese is one of my microwavable meals, and I'd probably have a latte, let's say once every couple of weeks. So it's not all, like, it's not completely banished, but I just minimize the amount of dairy that I take. Point 11 is take less fizzy drinks and even the zero or the diet variety. What I found was when I drank a fizzy juice, and particularly the zero or the diet ones, is I felt like much more hungry afterwards. I don't know why that's the case. Maybe it's just because it's fizzy water, or maybe it's because of special chemicals or whatever. But what I found was it was extremely difficult after having, like, let's say I had a bottle of or Pepsi Zero, Pepsi Max. I found it was extremely challenging to not eat later on in the evening if I'd had a bottle of Coke. Also at restaurants, I would try and switch a Coke for water or for coffee if I could do it. Point 12 is do a little exercise. I hate going to the gym and I'm not particularly active. I'm not really into sports, but I do enjoy walking, and I usually manage about 7,000 steps per day, like outside. So currently I'm in Seoul, and that's up to maybe 15 or 20,000 steps per day, like within the city. For the purposes of weight loss, your diet counts for 95%. So even if you're sat at home all day just watching Netflix, you still burn calories just by existing. But it is nice to get out in any case. One thing I've heard from friends is that they sometimes reward themselves with food after doing some physical exercise. Don't do this. Your mind always overvalues the energy spent doing exercise and undervalues the energy that's contained in food. So it might have been useful when we had to like evade lions and dinosaurs and laser raptors, but we don't live in the 1980s anymore. So, you know, that's not a point that we need to care about. 13, look at the data. Over time, you begin to see a graph of your weight change, and you can see how effective what you're doing is. If you're losing weight, then that's great. And if not, then maybe it's time to reflect back on what you're doing and see where you can improve. 14, plateaus are a thing. I found every 5 kilograms or so lost that my weight was just kind of sit at around the same level for days and days, even though I knew I wasn't eating that badly. And then all of a sudden I dropped like half a kilo in one day. So I don't know why that is. Like, maybe it's water retention, or if I have dairy, or if I had a Big Mac. I don't know. During the days when you're being good, but yet you're not losing any weight, it does feel discouraging, but keep at it because it does always pass. So I've been actively trying to lose weight for just about 9 months now, and this morning I weighed in at 73.3 kilos. The speed at which I'm losing weight is really slowing down from last year, but I'm still monitoring it, and as long as there's a general downward trend, then I'm quite happy with that. I think it would take me about another 6 months to get down to 70 kilos, but there's no urgency and I still get to eat trash food. For example, I ate a McDonald's combo breakfast for this morning with a black coffee, and it was amazing. So I'm quite happy to continue with this, what I'm doing, indefinitely. Do remember that there are some times when weight loss just is not going to happen. So for example, I went to New York for a month last year, and my weight increased by about 4 kilos, and that was despite only having 2 meals per day and all the good stuff like no soft drinks. But it's New York. Like, it's New York. Like International House of Pancakes, Denny's, Checkers, Popeyes, Potbelly, Olive Garden, Cheesecake Factory, Philly cheesesteak, Chipotle, Moe's, McDonald's, Burger King, Five Guys, Panda Express, Eggos, Subway, Taco Bell, Arby's, Wendy's, White Castle, Nathan's Hot Dog, Uno Pizza, just New York Pizza, Gyros, delis, Milky Ways, where it's all caramel on the inside. It's weird because back home a Milky Way is a completely different thing. Like a Milky Way back home is a musketeer, which is weird. Black and white cookies was such a good holiday. I'd say my weight loss has been pretty transformative. When I lost my first 3 kilos or so, I began noticing that I could walk upstairs and the hills became much easier. My clothes would all fit better, and the milestone achievement for me was being able to fit into an M-size t-shirt. I haven't been able to do that for a good 20 years. No one really said anything to me until after I got below 80 kilos. Then almost overnight, everyone I knew started complimenting me and commenting about how much better I was looking. So it's a good feeling. I'd say it's improved my general willpower for other activities as well. Probably something I'd say for another video, but have the ability to work hard on something for yourself. Nobody else is going to tell you what you need to do or what you should do unless it's something like noticeably wrong. The way I feel now is being able to self-reflect, being happy with my own achievements for myself, even when no one else notices. I'll finish up by saying that you've just watched some random guy on the internet be proud of doing a thing, but I hope it inspires you to take on board some of the ideas, because you are the most important person in the world. It's up to you to make the best of things, whatever that looks like for you. Please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.